Is it how
Three,
do we want to say it? Did we
2,
want to
1.
do something
Go.
else? Did we?
No, we're gonna record our intro. It's gonna be really cool. We're gonna talk about how we're sitting in front of a brick wall in an alleyway because we're two dogs living on the street now.
Because we're in the studio now. Because
Yeah, we have a studio.
Because
Our
we upgraded.
Yes, because we're coming to you live from the box, the cardboard box in the alley.
In the studio.
That's our studio now.
And the techie's inside the studio right now trying to get us set up to do this intro.
Yeah. Are we doing the intro, Techie?
We're already recording.
Wait.
Hey,
what? Hey.
Wait, that's not... We can't do that again.
Hey.
He pulled that shit on me one too many times.
Oh, no, I'm saving this.
Well, this is our new intro?
This is our new intro.
Wait. So this is our new intro that does what?
That lets everybody know about the Two Dogs Howling Under One Moon podcast from the Two Dogs Howling Under One Moon Studios.
So I'm Brutus.
And I'm Cleetus. And you're...
And I'm the techie.
And you're the techie.
Okay.
And we're good.
As always, I'm Brutus.
And I'm Cleetus. This episode is brought to you by our amazing, fantastic listeners. And our listeners that are all over the world. We always bring up our out of the United States listeners, but I really want to thank the people from the United States as well because they are valuable listeners.
I think the reason why we forget about the United States is because we're American, and that naturally we just be like, yeah, we expect you guys to listen to us. We're your fellow countrymen.
Yeah,
the international guys. It's more or less how did we end up there? Like, I don't know, the land down under.
Or Indonesia.
No, you keep saying Indonesia, but it's just Singapore. You've definitely failed geography, and I think you need to retake it.
We sat next to each other, and I got a better grade than you.
No, you didn't.
I got 104% in the class.
I definitely got an A in that class.
But I got 104% in the class. So
I got 4% more than you. Whatever. Anyway.
I'm just saying I didn't fail. I'm just better than you.
I think there's cheating there.
Oh, you think I cheated?
Yeah, because you copied off me.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because I cheated off of you on my long paper I had to write too.
Anyway, so Singapore is an Indo. Fuck. Well, Singapore, let's just put it this way. I know where you're at on a map. I know
where they're at on a map too.
I want to come back. That's all I'm saying.
And I'm not geographically wrong for saying for our listeners in Indonesia.
But Indonesia is its own country.
It's a geographical region.
It's its own country.
And it's a geographical region.
Anyway, I think the people in Ireland would argue with you differently.
Ireland is
and also Germany.
I never really looked super far into our demographics. Do we have listeners in both regular Ireland and Northern Ireland?
I haven't gone that far.
I haven't gone that far yet, but I think I saw we had a few that were in Northern Ireland.
And I didn't look at where they were in Germany.
And then I know we have some great listeners from the Moscow region.
Is it Moscow, or did we check that one, or do we just know it's the motherland?
No, so when I dug into it, it was there's actually I think more than one listener there. Obvious, and so there's some for St. Petersburg.
Moscow 2.0.
And then Moscow.
Yep.
Which is St. Petersburg 2.0.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I knew what you meant, not what you said. And then Orem, down in the southern region. OREM. Anyway,
so
we're not getting into Russian geography here. We've already done too much geography for today.
This is not a geography podcast, but we appreciate.
Welcome to Funds with Flags.
We appreciate all of our international listeners. If you are from Russia and would like to teach us Russian, give us a call. You know how to contact us. Our Twitter handles will be in the description and or on the little screen below. As I'm currently trying to get you still to the camera below right here. Check out our Twitter information.
That's for our individual Twitters. And then if you want to contact the podcast, that is at Two Dogs HUOM.
Yep.
Hume.
So that's how you do that. Please reach out to us. We definitely would like to learn Russian better. So help us out. We'll help you out. Well, I don't know what we can do to help you out, but keep you entertained, I guess, is the way we're going to help you out.
So we have a lot of fun things we want to cover in this episode.
I think you're the one who's supposed to lead off with this one.
Yeah, I know. I was leading off to it. I was leading into it.
I guess I'm just so excited for it. You're being really slow about it. So
I do it just
to
to mess with you.
Is that why you do everything?
Is that also why you need, you have to put on your bifocals so you can read the screen so you know what to say when we open the episode?
Maybe. Is it? Do you also do things to annoy me? Like, say you're doing things on the back end. Is that where you found this article?
Yeah, because I do stuff on the back end that you're not around for.
If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, look at my fucking tweet from
2 days ago, a day ago, yesterday. Yep,
the 25th of August. Look at that tweet. You understand what I'm talking about.
All right. This is a non-sponsored segment, but this is a new segment that we are starting in the Two Dogs Howling Under One Moon Studios. This is our security news that we have found interesting. This one was written by Security System News, the security industry's most trusted news source, according to their own website.
Who's the author?
The author of this one was Paul.
Oh.
I'm probably going to butcher his last name. Ragusa, Ragusa.
Paul, if you're listening to us, tell us how to say your last name, and we'll read more articles from you.
I actually am waiting to hear an email back from him because I also could be featured in the security system news here in the future.
Blah, blah, blah. Let me just throw my eagle around.
It's all right. I know you want to be me, but you're not. All right. So this one's about cyber crime and the rise of cyber crime. And it pretty much just looks at about how in the past 12 months, cyber attacks in the U.S. companies have increased by 93%, which is quite significant when you really think about it. So, according to an Atlas VPN investigation, a number that many experts agree that will climb as cyber criminals prey on those who work from home and people don't know how to secure their own shit.
Stop giving me that dirty look for the listeners who are listening versus the ones who are watching.
So they asked the $1 million question here, okay?
When was the last time you changed your password?
No. But I know somebody that will always ask them, and he's a great guy, but we'll hear from him later. Increase in malicious. Have you been seeing an increase in malicious activity? They asked security experts. A whopping 92%. So that of increased activity, with a 67% saying yes and 25% saying some and 8% saying no. 69% of respondents, nice, said that they have increased cyber awareness training due to being at home. So, due to all this, there is an increased need for cybersecurity. But there's also this issue of you can have the best cybersecurity in the world, but if I can walk in and plug into your server.
I know we've talked about this multiple times where I like to just go in and pull wires.
Exactly. So it's not just on the back end. It's on the front end too. Boom. Got it. Worked it in.
Somebody should keep account how many times he's going to do this to me, because I think as a personal rule, you should never, ever tell someone your pet peeve or make it publicly known what your pet peeve is, especially to the individual that causes said pet peeve. I don't think.
Do
you
I
get-
cause this pet peeve to your back end? Am I a pain in your back end?
I don't. I don't think people truly understand in how many of our day-to-day conversations you and I have that you say, I was doing this on the back end. What does the back end even fucking mean? Like, are you searching the dark web? Or are you searching?
I don't know if you're a little bit more computer savvy. You know what the back end is.
The back end looks like the Matrix to me. And I don't think you're that smart because I know you.
Oh, you don't think I'm that smart, huh?
To look at the ones and zeros to know.
It's not a matter of ones and zeros. It's about the computer language, and it depends on what it's written in. So are we talking CSS, HTML? Or are we talking like actual code? Or are we talking like Python, C, C++, C Sharp?
I'm going to go on the back end and jump off a freaking bridge from this conversation.
Make sure you jump off the back end of the bridge.
Is there a back end of the bridge?
Yeah, it goes against the current. So that way when you hit it, the current pulls you away. And you have to go underneath of the bridge so you can hang yourself and jump into the water and smack it so hard at the same time.
You're really butthurt about this.
No, I'm just hurting your back end.
No, you're really butthurt about this. I can tell.
No, I just think it's funny that you try and dismiss what I do know, and then I just start talking. You're like, son of a bitch. He actually knows more than I thought he was going to say, and now I look like an
No,
idiot.
you just started speaking a foreign language. I don't understand. So it's
No, that's English. That's American English, actually.
I do struggle with that.
I mean, I know, judging by your text message from the earlier today. Is this the right thing I need to send this person?
Hey, I told you I have one too many emails personally that I have to keep track of. I can't keep track of all 800 of yours.
If it's business related, it goes to the business one.
There's like 4 of them.
Yeah, there's the one for general people to contact. Are you a general person? Sometimes I fucking wonder.
You know, like
Speaking of emails, did you know that they can email us at 2dogs@taminor.org?
I probably did know this because you probably told me this, but it's probably one of the emails I forgot.
Wow, that was a great plug segment. It's like we pre-writ this whole entire thing. Okay, I lost my train of thought. Where do we go from here, Mr. Producer Man?
Whisper it in our ear. Whisper sweet nothings in our ear. You guys aren't going to be able to hear this, but he can hear us and we can hear him.
And he's whispers sweet nothings into our ears.
And he gets mad every time I say this to him. Because then I sit here and lick my lips that he can't see because of my microphone's in the way. Some of you on the video could kind of guess that I was licking my lips, but that was because I was being exaggerated. So I guess that means we're still screwing around for a little bit, right? Is what he just said. So that's what I just understood.
So what I understood is we need to talk about
our squirrel moments.
How
I'm still wearing glasses.
No, I was going to talk about how you can't read.
How I can't read?
Yes. Yeah, I send him anything over 10 words, and he just asked me for the TDLR.
You should explain to everyone what the TDLR is.
I'm pretty sure if I say TDLR, they know what it means. They're not like you that doesn't know what TDLR means until you looked it up. TLDR, that's what I meant, not what I said.
Hey, all I'm saying is there's some people out there who listen to this that agree with me. So just tell them.
Too long, didn't read.
Even that's too long. I didn't read it. That stumped you, didn't it? Just a little bit. If you,
I was gonna say too long, dumbass reading, because that's you. Too long, dumbass is reading this.
I'm sorry, but maybe you should use smaller words.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Fucking asshole.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I don't even know what
Even
that
though
one
the sound
means.
of it is something quite atrocious.
Why is he doing this to me?
Cumberbund.
That sounds really weird, but it's also a thing.
Yeah, congratulations. It is a thing. There are words that, they're person, places, or things.
Well, no, because I think you were talking about that actor dude. Doctor Who.
No, I'm talking about a cummerbund, which is
Basically a
part of a suit.
Basically a male girdle.
Yes, for us fat people, so we look skinny.
But it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't. Wait, are you getting what I'm getting in my ear?
It's a sponsor break.
It is a sponsor break.
Sounds like a sponsor break to me. We'll hear from our sponsors. And we're back. And for those of you who are watching and also trying to keep count of the back ends at home, well, I think we're up to 7 or 8 now. We have a little counter scrolling across the screen. For those of you watching,
those watching, they can see. The people that aren't watching need to know.
Sorry. I'm just being very descriptive. I clearly am blindfolded right now because of this segment where we're going to be walking the Museum of Flight in Seattle. I've personally visited this place probably more than I probably should ever have. So I definitely know this place like the back of my hand and pretty much can kind of describe to a certain extent what we're going to be looking at and all that fun stuff. And we're also going to be looking at some of the security measures. We might not point out certain things just for their safety and security. But I am blindfolded, so I'm not even looking at the screen. I can't see what the screen is, but I already know Cleetus is going to be fucking with me a whole bunch because that's what Cleetus
I would never do ever such a thing.
Yeah.
I only fuck around on the back end.
Bastard.
You're welcome.
So,
all right. We're driving on in. What road are we driving in on?
East Marginal Way.
Close. East Martinell Way South.
East Martinell. Well, it's been a little while. I mean, it's been 3-4 years now since I've been out there.
Okay. So, if I'm in the main lobby, where?
The theater's to the left.
Okay.
Gift shop's on the right.
Okay. What exhibit is straight ahead of you?
Looking into the main exhibit hall, you can clearly see. Well, first they have a mock-up of the Wright Flyer, the first one, and you can also look out and to see the SR-171 Blackbird because that one's pretty big and clear.
All right.
And then if you keep going kind of left around the Wright Flyer stuff, you'll end up in their space exhibit. And I believe they're still doing, they redid their space section to be devoted to the Apollo missions because of, was it last year? Yeah, last year was the 50th anniversary of Apollo 11.
Well, you're not wrong yet.
And
if you go past the Apollo and you're going towards the side gallery, if you were to go up the stairs,
oh, okay. So
where would you be going?
We'd be going into the going up the stairs or the elevator. There's an elevator there that is an all glass elevator, which is kind of cool to ride up. You'll go up to the second floor, which you can take this little walkway over into the tower and actually watch. Because for those of you who don't know, the Museum of Flight's located on Boeing Field. And so they have a little tower exhibit where you can actually listen and hear the active tower transponder stuff going on and like hear what's being heard in the cockpit and in the air traffic control tower. And it's actually what's really cool is they got a nice little like stadium style seating area that you can sit at. And then one of the cool things to do is that because of at this Boeing field, I think they do some test flights or test flights return there or start from there or something like that for like prototyped aircraft or if they're changing something or they had I think if it's modifications or something like that. I don't know to what extent they exactly what the state of aircraft is, but what's cool is you can sit there and watch like stuff that's just coming off the line to get tested, or like Boeing just rolled out their 777X, and what's really cool is you can kind of see, you can watch that thing come do in and out, watch do its test flights. I know when the 787 came out, I was still in, I think I was in the Navy, and they were still relatively into the somewhat of the test phase, because I think I was able to see that a couple times. Military aircraft would come there. That's also not to mention all the general aviation aircraft and like the private jets fly in and out of there for Seattle. So you get to see a large variety of aircraft take out of that airport, and it's kind of fun to see, be able to sit there and hear what they're hearing, and kind of see it come in and whatnot. So, but yeah, I don't know where we'd want to go with that with security, but then
Well, here's what I'm going to ask. As a pilot, if I were to be able to hear what's going on in the tower and I was a bad guy, would that be bad?
to a certain extent, if things are continuously regularly scheduled, so like it'd be Boeing Field can get away with it because that stuff's not consistently scheduled. That stuff just takes off when it needs to take off. It's not like there might be a schedule, but it's not to the extent of if you were to go, I think SeaTac, which is Seattle Tacoma International, which is the main airport everybody flies in and out of when you come into Seattle.
The hell.
That one, I believe, is as the bird flies like 3 or 4 nautical miles north of Boeing Field, or south. I think it's south. It's north or south. I don't remember exactly because being blindfolded kind of disorients you just a little bit. But it's enough to where like Boeing Field has to coordinate with SeaTac to their traffic flow. But to answer Cleetus's question, if a terrorist, bad guy, whoever wants to do horrible things, it could. And well, here's the other thing too: is to a certain extent, there's apps you can get, and to listen to air traffic control live ATC is the big thing. I'm not trying to promote them. Don't really care if you guys listen to them or not. Sometimes they suck. Sometimes they're good to listen to if you're into that kind of thing. But so yes, but the other thing too is you can kind of see what flights are regularly scheduled, what time they consistently come in. You can kind of even get to, I would say, maybe able to get to a point of predicting on which days they're coming into which gates, and all that stuff. So things like that could, yes, but it's a complicated no. Why that doesn't work, because usually at like SeaTac, the security is so much bigger and better, and that onion layer, as we like to talk about sometimes, is a lot further out.
Okay. We're walking down the stairs from the overlook and tower area. Walk
Sure.
down the bridge towards the overlook area.
Are we going to go, and if we're at the bottom of the stairs, are we going to go left or right?
Going left.
Left, so we're going to go back down towards where the SR-71 Blackbird is. Right? In a roundabout way, because if I remember correctly, where you come down from the stairs from the air traffic control tower to actually like walk down to where the SR-71 Blackbird is, there is a set of steps there, but there's also another set of steps, like you go like past the nose of the SR-170 Blackbird, and then you can look at this triple propped, I want to believe it's orange and green, silverish, mail carrier plane that has a propeller on the nose and 2 engines on the wings.
I think they've rearranged the planes.
Just a little bit?
Yeah.
That's possibly.
Because, so,
I might have gotten the paint color wrong.
no, it's the
I got that right.
That's not there right where you're saying it is, but the Lockheed Blackbird M21 is now in the middle of the middle portion.
The
M21.
Yeah, that's the SR-71. The M21's the thing on top of it. The thing on top of the SR-71 that looks like a
So they have the M21 Blackbird, is what it says it is, which is probably a model 21, is what I'm assuming. 71.
right.
But on top of it is the Lockheed D-21B drone.
Okay, so yeah, I think what you're talking about, it's basically the SR-71 body, but when you do stuff to that, like it changes the designator, so it's not
But yeah, so it looks like the SR-71.
exactly.
I think it's just the model.
Yeah.
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 Um,
So then if you are looking underneath the SR-71, you should be able to walk towards the F4 Phantom, and then there's a MiG, and I want to say there's even a section where there's a Huey, and then there's some German-looking plane, crop dusting-looking thing, but it looks pretty brand new.
there's also a Taylor Aero car.
Oh
3.
yeah, the Taylor Aero car is the like the try. They're I think it was in the 70s or the 80s was the try to be the proof of concept of flying cars.
And there's what's another cool thing that's sitting in here? Boeing Model 100.
Yeah, there's stuff hanging from the ceilings, and I don't know those
Yeah.
off the top.
So
of
there's
my...
also a Stinson Model O, I think, or Model 0.
Oh,
Model O.
I don't remember.
A Lockheed Model 10E Electra.
Oh, okay. So I know what you're looking at. You're looking at along the wall. There's like a window looking out towards the one road.
Yeah.
And so
I'm looking at the ground, those ones on the ground.
Right. Yep. I know where your ones you're talking about now.
Yep.
One of which is the same model as Amelia Earhart, and that she flew. And then there's I just call them all tail draggers, well, that's what they all are because they're tail drags. But there's a variety of different aircraft. I couldn't tell you a whole lot. I think there might be a MiG up there, and then I know hanging from the ceilings, they
have a
S1 Sea King, which is
freaking dope.
Which is basically the same model of what Marine One is, but it's painted in Coast Guard colors.
There's also a GB. There's also a Grainsville GBZ Super Sporter. I don't know what that is. That is 12 on their thing. That's by hanging by the Curtis Robbins C1.
Yeah, so there's like I said, the stuff hanging, I can kind of picture it, but it's
the stuff on the floor.
Yeah, and I can't tell you the specifics of everything because I just don't have the brain power for that. But so yeah.
All right, let's walk out the T.A. Wilson Great Gallery.
Okay, so then if you're walking out of that way, you should be able to take a left into the Red Barn.
Correct.
And in the Red Barn basically talks about how Boeing got its early start. One of the cool little features in there that I really like is I have this perpetual obsession with like scale models of how things look. So there's it kind of basic shows how the timbers, they brought the timbers in or floated the timbers down. I think I don't want to say it was part of the Puget Sound or whatever, and like brought it into the factory to make the plane parts, and then they got a little model plan of how like the first Boeing stuff that came out. And then if you go upstairs, which is really cool, some of like it starts talking about getting ready into World War II. And one of the big things that they got it there is the flight deck display for a B-52. I think it's the B-52A. And I think we're just about at a point where we got to hear a word from Papa Brutus.
He wasn't supposed to come into the studio today. Hey, give me, hey. Thanks for giving me back my mic, Papa Brutus.
He likes to do that sometimes. So before we continue on with the tour, or my blindfolded tour of the Museum of Flight in Seattle, we do want to mention, as we were talking about before Papa Brutus hopped on real quick there, that with the stuff hanging on the ceilings, and if you've never seen an SR-71 Blackbird up close in person, it's kind of a big cumbersome thing. And at Seattle, they have it kind of jacked up a little bit because of where it sits in the floor, and it looks really cool. But the thing is the stuff below, because sometimes what they'll do is they'll have like model aircraft builders come in and like put these long tables up and display their aircraft very prominently. So having cameras and especially with the stuff hanging from the ceilings, isn't always a viable option. So when you're looking at security, sometimes you have to be creative of where you place a camera, because now it might be you have this drone hanging from there, but it magically just the camera is installed.
You're creating more blind spots because of the things that are hanging around.
Yeah, but there's also creative solutions to things like that, especially if you're doing something like aircraft, where
you could hide the camera in the aircraft.
Yep.
Type of thing.
Have a better, but you're still going to have blind spots. It's like it just can't be your one and be all camera kind of thing. Right before Papa Brutus hopped on, we were in the Red Barn, and I was describing the B-52 cutout. It also is like kind of shows the layout of one of the engineers up on the second floor, one of their like offices, and then also on the ground floor there's a if you go right around the stairs, you'll see a basically like 1920s 1930s rudimentary wind tunnel, and you can actually, if I remember correctly, still turn it on if it works from time to time. So then I think we're about to walk into the World War I and World War II section.
Yep.
So the bottom floor, if I remember correctly, is World War II, and top floor is World War I. So let's go up to the top floor and go to and just I can kind of briefly talk about some of the things up there. So in that entire section of World War I and World War II aircraft side of the museum, it is kind of, it's a little more dark. There isn't any windows. It's all just the lighting on the aircraft and all that stuff. So I think it's lighting for effect is what it's called. But anyway, so there's that. When you go up the stairs, as soon as you take a right off the stairs, there's what's called the lighter than air exhibit. And they got this one wall painted like a cloud, and you can kind of stand in a basket, like off the like floor kind of thing. This basket that's like a hot air balloon is the best way to describe it. And then as you continue on, you're seeing kind of like the basic setup of, like different quarters or things like that. I think there's some aircraft, but if you, like I said, if you're going left around past the lighter than air, there's a lot more of the pictures, things talking about that happened in World War I. And then as you keep making the circle, there's a this one like free little like simulator thing that you can fly a World War II, or not World War II, World War One aircraft that's just basically a stick in the floor, but you sit in the little cutout and you try and land, or you can do like a little dogfight and it's projected up against the wall, which is kind of cool. And then they got a mock-up of the Red Baron kind of hung up, and then you can kind of go through a trench and then like look at the trench stuff, and you kind of almost forget you're supposed to be looking at airplanes or whatever, and there's just some different things up there, and they have this German aircraft that looks like it's crashed into the trench bunker area as you're walking. You're like, oh, you can kind of see it, but you're too engrossed into the trench and bunker to not even really think about it. And then as you come out of there, you can hang a left, and again, there's some different aircrafts. I don't know the specific types off the top of my head. And then they have a large display of like miniature model aircraft that may or may not have partake in and around World War One, which is kind of cool, to include the Zeppelins and things like that. And then as you go down the stairs down to World War II, keeping this thing chronological, as soon as you're coming down to the stairs, immediately to your left is a P-51 Delta Mustang, if I remember correctly. And then they got some right next to that. There's like some walls of paintings and like different people with different medals and different significance of that stuff. They got kind of this is a typical thing of any flight museum, is kind of have like a, I don't want to say cheap, but not, because it cheap just sounds poorly made, but like kind of like a mock-up of, or like a 20-foot section of a flight deck. And then they got, usually like they have the F4 Corsair parked there. There's one other one, I don't remember the technical specs on it. And then I think from the ceiling they got the twin P-51 somewhere. And then they got some German Luftwaffe planes. One of the planes, if you watch the movie Dunkirk, is parked out there. And then those are the major highlights of. Oh, and then I got a Japanese Zero, of course.
The KI-43-3 Hayabusa Oscar.
Okay. Or a Zero. So, and then you can walk out of there and you walk across the this bridge that goes over, I don't remember what road it is. I want to say Martin Luther King or Boeing Field Road or something like that. And then you go over to the West Campus, which in the West Campus holds this mock-up. I think it's life-size. Well, no, it is life-size, but this mock-up of the space shuttle that crews used to do for I'm trying to think of the word. Not ejecting, but egress training. They also did things that were, they didn't have to be weightless for. So getting used to getting in and out, things like that. Some other things, but the big thing was egress training. And then, so the cool thing in there is, so the Museum of Flight offers, and you have to pay to do this portion, but, and I never did, is to go up into the cockpit and see the like crew space of the space shuttle. And it's basically a one-to-one exact what you would expect to see if you would have actually crawled into the space shuttle. And so also, but you can go up and through the back and kind of see into like the cargo bay. And they have the space shuttle arm extended, and it's like placing a satellite. And I believe the satellite they're trying to mirror is the Hubble's scope or telescope. So it's kind of cool. I actually have some cool photo. I have a cool photo of that I tweaked a little bit with Photoshop, and it looks like it's kind of you're in space watching this telescope be launched from the space shuttle. So that's the space shuttle area. There's some different little like hands-on cool things for the little kids. And then you walk out, and immediately to your left, when you walk out into this pavilion area, which is really, this is probably one of my favorite parts of the Museum of Flight, because you can actually walk up into every aircraft I'm about to tell you about.
How about we go back and we talk about some security flaws with those two areas?
With the
security or safety flaws with the galleries.
Okay, with the World War I and World War II galleries?
Yes.
All right, lead it off.
There's no defibrillator on the first floor of the World War II gallery.
Okay.
That's actually kind of a semi-big deal.
I think they might have fixed that, but it also, I think, Washington state law says if there's one within 50 feet. So if there's one on their first floor,
there's one on the second floor, all the way up the stairs.
Second floor, then it's okay. But
it depends on state law, which is why you have to do your research. But
exactly. But
also all the hills and valleys and trenches and stuff, that also can skew camera angles as well as viewing angles for security guards.
Right, yeah, because well, it's not like a full size trench, it's just like
but the how do I put this? Between the planes and then the egress is based off of the planes of how they're positioned causes sightline deficiencies.
Right, and at least in the World War I, there's a lot more buildings that you can go in and sit in.
Correct. And then
it's kind of darker in there, so it's a side issue just a little bit. And those two galleries, if I remember correctly, there's not a whole lot hanging from either ceiling, so you're going to be okay to use your cameras to kind of help cover you, but recommend make sure you have cameras that
have infrared or something.
Infrared, yeah. See in the dark kind of thing.
Yep. All right, we're going to go to our aviation pavilion.
Okay.
So, this is where I'm going to really test you.
Okay.
Okay. We're walking out of the space gallery.
To the left, immediately to your left, forward to your left just a little bit.
Okay.
Is the Concorde?
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
And Air Force One. And
but what's before? I'm just fucking with you. Concorde is right to your left.
See what I have to deal with, people? See what I have to fucking deal with?
But what's in front of Air Force One?
In front of Air Force One is directly. Well, it depends on how you look at it, with the nose or not nose.
What is the nose of Air Force One plane pointing at to the tail of?
Tail of?
Yeah.
That might be a new attraction. But what I was going to say is the nose of Air Force One kind of points towards their B-29 Stratofortress.
The Stratofortress is, if you come out, it's on the right-hand side.
Oh, right, yeah. So then the
but in front of that is the Flying Fortress. So there's a Flying Fortress, and then there's a Stratofortress. So the B-17 Flying Fortress,
is
in front of that,
and then
it's the nose of the Concorde is pointing at the
right, and then after the Stratofortress Fortress is the predecessor to the B-52. It looks like a B-52, but it's called like the B-47 or something like that. And then after the B-47 is the 787-8, and next to that's the one of the first off the line 747s, and in front of that, before we go behind some of that stuff, is a Boeing 727, which is the same model aircraft of which D.B. Cooper made a parachute. The story. If you don't know the story of D.B. Cooper, look it up. Which actually takes place in the Washington, Seattle, Oregon area. So then behind all of those is military aircraft, which which is the F-14 Tomcat, the F-18, and the E-6B Growler. Or Prowler. It's Prowler. The E-18 is the Growler.
So I think we know this place
Yep.
pretty well. And because you've been talking about it, we're getting interrupted by an important announcement.
From another sponsor?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know that we have more sponsors in this podcast?
Who's our corporate sponsor today, Cleetus?
Well, our corporate sponsor is TA Minor and Associates.
Well, what do they do?
They are physical security, design, and management specialists.
What else do they do?
Well, TA Minor is a independent fee-based consultant that doesn't sell security systems, equipment, guard services, or integration of systems.
Do they specialize?
Well, they have a team of diverse experts that have in-depth, up-to-date knowledge about multiple fields like supply chain security.
And?
Fun things. What's your most favorite thing to do?
Besides strip clubs? Casinos.
Both of those are entertainment venues. They specialize in those.
So does that mean with the current state of things, people should be changing their security?
Changing might be a strong word, but they should be updating and keeping up with the times because, security is evolving.
Are you?
You know how we can contact them?
No.
Well, you can contact them at contact@taminor.org.
That was good.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Okay, great. We got to record this StreamYard one real quick. We are going to be getting an affiliate link with StreamYard and then be getting 15% off of basic, 15% commission on basic plans and 25 on upgraded plans. AKA hopefully get you money. All right, but yeah, so we're going to I already got this one and it's going to be short, sweet, and to the point.
He's just going to do it. I'm going to be like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, click the link in the description.
Okay.
Did you know that the Two Dogs Howling Under One Moon Studios is going to be adding video?
No, I did not.
Well, they're going to be adding video, and they have a new video sponsor.
Who?
StreamYard. And by clicking the link down in the description, you can get $10 off of your $25 purchase.
Hell yeah. Make sure you click the link in the description.
That was
cool.
Great. You got us. What?
What time?
Now.
When you're done, everyone's
Great.
We're
done?
We're done.
Done?
Done.
I have a call them.
Wow, thanks for sponsoring us. The corporate sponsor, TA Minor and Associates, and our brand new, not super brand new, but
This is the third episode we were using these guys.
yeah, it is. And we're actually, I can't say we have signed anything, but we have received. We have agreed to some terms with StreamYard.
Sad part is Techie doesn't even know the details yet.
I know.
We'll have to tell him after the episode.
But we really appreciate StreamYard. If you guys use our link down in the description, the link down in StreamYard, you get $10 off of your order, and then eventually we'll see there could be more perks that come up for us depending on how things go. So we appreciate them for being the video portion of our doing the video portion of our podcast, which the video portion of our podcast can be found on YouTube. But I'm not going to give away anything yet to you.
He's driving me nuts. We've been recording the last 3 episodes, and he has yet to upload them. But I think I know why he's doing it, and it's worth it. But if you hear this before you see us, just know the video is coming, and the video is probably going to be raw. for at least the last 2 episodes, and so you'll just see a lot of the shenanigans that happens behind the scenes, and that's the beauty of seeing
Something grow from the beginning.
Watching the podcast versus listening to the podcast.
Well, and I mean, this is the first episode that the video actually
We're not
looks
being,
good.
yeah, we're not being morons with the video.
Yeah, it looks to me, I like to think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
So we'll keep you guys posted and look out on our social medias, which again are at Always a Minor and at Thoughts Brutus. Capital T, capital B.
Thanks for stealing my thunder, but I was about to say it's going to be here on the bottom of the screen for those of you watching. For those of you listening, it'll be in the description. Make sure you check us out. Give us your attention for a little bit more. Because then you can also miss out on tweets of which were the back end counters at 8, which I'm actually a little surprised that didn't go up. But I think we're up to 9 though, because of I said behind or back end of some aircraft in that last little segment.
I don't know. We'll have to get an official tally count going.
Sounds good.
But going back into what we were talking about, if we were to work on the back end of the security for the facility, and we got told that we could reopen in a week and a half. What security or safety measures, because most people don't realize security and safety go hand in hand.
You know, real quick, a note I just realized I forgot to describe that was in the gallery with the SR-71 bird.
What?
The cutout of a 737 that you can actually like go sit in the back seat of, which I don't know why that's a thing, but whatever. And then also there's the NASA 737 behind the 787.
So, but if we were going to do security, safety,
Bag checks,
bag checks,
like an actual place, because I think right now they may or may not have a guy just standing there. Man, I have this Rona tickles kind of just driving me
Well,
nuts.
speaking of Rona tickle, what other precautions would we have to put in place because of that?
High touch. Well, all the stuff I like, the goofy stuff I like to do, like in the Apollo room, there's like an Apollo lander thing, so that's a high touch area. So you can't have somebody sitting there wiping that, so that's gonna have to be closed. A lot of the like pick up the phone and listen stuff in the air traffic control tower, because they talk about the different aspects of air traffic control, and you can hear kind of what that's going to sound like, but it's not actual live. So those would have to be all closed down, or somebody just literally.
They probably would have to adjust their tables and seating too for their food place.
Yeah,
a lot of the plate.
There's a grill. Yeah, there's that. But I was just talking about like all the high touch areas. They probably can't do the tours of inside the shuttle cockpit. Yeah.
So pretty much it's
yeah. So basically the thing is like the aircraft pavilion, that one's kind of easy so long as nobody's, because like all the seats for the most part in certain aircraft, like you can't get into because it's all blocked off. So you literally just walk down the aisle and see these things, and it's still cool to see. And it's just their way of like protecting that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The 787 and the 747, or the 747's just basically pretty cut open and dry. There's not a whole lot for you to sit and touch and look at. It's just like, hey, this is what the inside looks like, because they don't let you actually go up into the cockpit because it actually still has a spiral staircase, but they have photos of it. And then the 787, there's some seats, but they got them blocked off pretty well. So
what you're saying is pretty much all the fun stuff would be, you can look. It's like going to a strip club. You can look but don't touch.
Well, the right strip clubs you can touch.
We're not talking about if we're going to a strip club in Europe, or if it was. We're not talking about your times in the Navy where you were walking down, getting some. Hey, pretty boy. But you find out they actually are a boy too.
You're not woke.
I'm just saying. We're talking about the United States where you can.
Anything can happen.
That is true, but look, don't touch.
So yeah, basically look, don't touch.
Okay, and then extra sanitizing measures.
Yep, which is pretty standard nowadays, it seems like.
I mean, speaking of pretty standard, I mean, kind of talk about school security stuff as well.
Places again where I can't say that. Can't say it. Can't say it. I was about to have a really bad thought.
Yeah, don't. It's a bad idea.
Yeah, that's why I stopped myself. That would have been bad. In an effort just to make a joke. But anyway, so yeah, school safety. What do you got?
Well, I feel like there's this thing that colleges at least cannot stop.
What's that?
Kids getting together off campus and having parties.
Like us?
Well, we're not having a party.
That's what you think.
This is a shindig.
What's the difference between a shindig and a party? Fair. Techie, for those of you, because the techie just whispered this in our ear.
Sweet nothings.
Sweet nothings.
Yes,
is,
pretty boy. Sweet nothings.
The amount of people, which is a fair statement. So yeah. What else do you think? I think the other thing with colleges that can be done is this very hybrid model. It helps with the online and in person, and it basically forces them into having to alternate your schedule if you do alternate classes. Like one class period on Monday may be virtual, and then the next you have to be there in person.
Or half the class goes virtual.
Yeah, that's
while the other class is in person.
Right, exactly. And it changes up your schedule. You kind of see this more in the military. You don't take the same route twice. Like
contact tracing as well.
Right. Contact tracing is more easily, because theoretically in college students are adults, but they're still treated like kids.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you got to remember most of them are kids.
Yep.
And then, I mean, they've also enacted cleaning up after yourself. Everyone has to clean everything when you come in.
I walked into a college campus the other day. I'm not going to say which college, but I saw a sign up that said particular classrooms meet here, and I was like, I bet those kids feel like they're in kindergarten. Remembering like kindergarten when your teacher had to come get you.
Well, they have to walk you in, and then they walk you out, make sure your daddy or mommy picks you up, and you don't get into a stranger's car.
Yeah.
Because no one's stranger than Techie.
He just whispered more sweet nothings into our ear, guys. He's becoming more and more part of the show, which is more entertaining because you guys don't get to hear it, and we just get to repeat the things and maybe twist the facts a little bit. Like he just says, "I'm a motherfucker."
I mean, he is. He is. I mean, he has 2 kids. I mean, he technically is a motherfucker.
They're not. Yeah. Anyway, so he's trying to have a conversation with us as well.
We'll eventually try. We're gonna figure out logistically and get him so that way he can make comments and you guys can hear him on your guys' end. So that way he's not always just constantly whispering sweet nothings into our ears, but it's whispering sweet nothings into your ears.
I was gonna say because he's whispering sweet nothings into the back end of things.
Well, he's becoming less of a back end guy and becoming more of a front end guy.
I like front end better.
I mean, our video will have him hanging out in a tiny little ass square.
Yep. And for those of you counting at home, we're up to 11. Just what we're saying. I don't have to say.
We're at 11. We're at 11 back end comments.
Does that make it 12 now? As he's whispering, I fucking hate you guys.
He's whispering to us from the back end every time.
Now, Techie, you feel my pain when he says back end.
You just.
Well, I don't know about you, but
I think it's time to wrap this up and
Yeah,
go
'cause
do
we're-
stuff on the back end.
Yeah, because we're definitely making the Techie's life hell, and it's definitely going to screw up his back end business. right,
He's
all right.
refused to stop counting. We're up to 15, and this has been Cleetus.
And this is Brutus.
And we'll catch you on the back end.
And we'll catch you on the flippity flip. He's doing a check.
I know.
You should be able to hear me over StreamYard now.
I can.
Well, that's good. Can you hear me on voice meter? You can. Well, that's good too.
Do do do
So,
do.
how are we doing this again? How are we doing? I forget how we're doing this.
Literally, we're just going to talk about how we're going to do this, as that's how we're going to do this.
Okay.
I do have to wait a minute. Jess is in the background doing some stuff.
Okay.
Tell Jess
So-
I'm fucking hungry.
Yeah, and she's preventing us from eating.
So
Just
as
kidding.
soon as
We're just kidding. We know a happy wife's a happy life.
Tim says it's all your fault.
Yep, I know.
Also tell her. Ready? What he's going to tell her after I say this? Tell her she's great.
Tim says to fuck off.
Yeah. That's probably not gonna happen.
I wonder if you'll.
She says to go fuck yourself, by the way.
I'm grateful that she's letting you do this for us.
It's not like she can stop me. I'm my own person.
Can you tell her thank you for at least like being supportive of it?
Jackson also says fuck you. But thank you for letting me be an adult.
Bitch, I ain't your mom. Fuck.
All right. Are we ready?
I don't know. Are we ready?
Are we ready? I don't know
Are-
how
are-
we're gonna do this new intro yet.
I don't know. I really don't know when he's actually going to start recording because we're just going to be doing this the real time anyway.
Yeah, are we? You know the. Yeah, well,
We'll figure that out later. I can black it out in post.
it was clean, all right. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I was thinking about just taking my shirt off, but that was a bit weird. Like,
All right.
the first shirt off.
All right. What do we want to say? Welcome to the Two Dogs Howling Under One Moon
I feel
podcast.
like we need to listen to our intro and see how we want to change it. I think because part of it is we just don't sound right.
Well, yeah, that's part of the issue. Oh, you're back. Did you leave on that?
Probably for this one. Because I don't remember what our pre-recorded intro is. That's the only issue, because I don't remember what we say in it. Because I don't know if how we want to change our intro.
Elizabeth's taking Abby's spot at T Road tonight.
I don't have any other plans. I finished my homework for today.
I got homework for you to do.
I mean, we are going to talk about business stuff, so you don't want to be bored with that.
Well, I want Texas Roadhouse.
I could still get you Texas Roadhouse. And you can save it for lunch or something. It's up to you. Actually, are you okay if she comes, Jackson?
Sure. I'm just so hungry right now. It's not even funny.
No, you're not invited.
You have work to do.
No. All right.
He's looking up because I don't remember what our pre-recorded intro is. He's just listening to it right now. We do our intro twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devin said hi.
I feel like we're a little moronic for doing that.
Well, I mean, it's kind of better that we did the other one. Ah!
So, are we gonna? So let's do.
To the greatest podcast in all the land. This is the Two Dogs Howling Under One Moon podcast.
Okay, so what do we want to do? What do we think we should do?
This is Two Dogs Howling Under One Moon, talking to you about Security podcast.
I think.
Sponsored by.
What if we do? Once we get this recorded and uploaded into Anchor, is this label this as intro 3.0? Because then we'll need to delete the other ones we got in there.
It can't hold your fat ass.
So let's just briefly discuss the intro. What we're all thinking for the intro.
Two Dogs Howling Under One Moon podcast.
I was gonna say we could.
This is the Two Dogs Howling Under One Moon Studios coming to you with a new episode of.
Yeah, but are we both gonna say it? If that's the case, we got to practice with that in unison. Or we could start, or we started off with like us, like making it think that we're now.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Are we recording, Techie?
Yeah, shit!
Shit! I don't know. If
We better bring it. We better.
I don't know if we should say shit so much because we're trying to,
Yeah, we should really come up with a great intro. Yeah, we really should come up with a great intro. Wait, are we recording, Techie? Yeah. We might actually want you to be in on this audio.
Yeah. Yeah, I think yeah. Let's do that. I like that. We'll just
He'll count us down and let's be holding a regular conversation. It's like talking about something and he'll just count.
We'll be talking about making a new intro.
Yeah, we're making a new intro. He'll just count us down and be like, "Are we recording our new intro?" Yeah. Well, what do we get? We never talked about this. Is this going to be the intro? Yeah, sure. I'm Cleetus. This is Brutus. And I'm Techie. This is Two Dogs Howling Under One Moon Studios.
Okay, you'll say that part.
Okay. No, I'd say.
Devin, do you feel comfortable saying that part, or do you want Tim to do it? My vote's Tim, just so we're clear. Tim can say it then.
I don't remember what I fucking said.
All right, you're it, Devin. Yep. So what's gonna happen? Yep. So, like, oh fuck, you can't mute yourself.
No, I want him to be out loud, counting us in.
But like, because we still have to make it sound like we forgot that we're not paying attention to him.
Well, me and you just need to be talking. Like, we could talk about anything. Let's talk about Texas Roadhouse.
Okay.
Or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're hearing you.
Here, let me take out my. I can hear you through StreamYard.
You want to do a test?
So,
You
No,
want
we could be talking about how
what are you? I can't. What are you saying? I can't hear you.
it's because he's logging in on his phone to StreamYard.
No, he's not. He muted. He muted himself on Messenger. Right. That's what you did. Muted yourself on Messenger, and we can't hear you on StreamYard.
Let's talk.
You got to bring your mic
Nope,
down.
you're muted right now on StreamYard, it says. Are we just two dogs sitting in an alley?
That probably. I was right into the microphone.
But if you think about it, we're two dogs. I just need to make an overlay that's like a counter thing, and then it just has different numbers. I think you can do a counter on here.
Hey, because we have to record directly into Anchor, don't we?
No,
No,
we can just record it here,
and then
put it up there.
for the sponsor segment.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! Because then we can pull up my laptop and do the read from that
For
Anchor.
yeah, that we can.
We're still fit. Let's do the intro and then we'll do the sponsor
All right.
segment. Because we're still sounding good, right? Okay.
Well,
That doesn't ever change.
I think I wore the best shirt for this.
I definitely have not.
All right, I need a fucking drink.
My cup's right there. Or can you bring me one too? Because I know what you're grabbing.
I'm grabbing a Coke or a Mountain Dew.
Huh?
Coke or Mountain Dew.
Coke, please. I actually surprised me. I don't give a shit. Just don't have your dick in it.
We're fucking assholes to each other.
Because of the conversation we just had.
Back end counter. 7.
That's fine. You know what? That's fine because this is what can happen is that when you get to a number, we'll just be like, oh no, here comes an update of the back end counter.
Or we come back in, be like, the back end counter after that segment was at 7.
For those of you listening.
For those of you keeping score at home,
Our techie has you covered.
you can follow our techie on
Nothing yet.
on Twitter at maxi.perota, right?
Hey, you should just call yourself the techie and then link ourselves.
Because Max sounds like a dog name too.
True. Well, and we'll just take a breath. Okay.
When we go into our quick break, we'll talk. It will be like, Papa Brutus, who invited you to this recording session, and then break. Remember, kids, to change your password. I need to upload those.
Ish.
No, you're good. It's it will be a post edit ad.
Yeah, it's not something we're going to say in person.
We also need to re-record our an intro, right?
Yeah, I said we were going to do that after this.
Okay.
Do the intro and the sponsor ad.
Okay.
Nope,
Nope.
not even close.
Somebody's not...
Hey, you work for us, motherfucker.
No, he works on the back end.
And for those of you counting at home, I think that makes 8.
This is the blooper reel that we can add.
I'm going to let you punch the buttons. I got it all pulled up for you. Let me pull up my handy dandy.
Should I put this in here, actually?
I don't have.
Same. We
The
have
same.
non-sponsored Colo, too.
I wonder who it is. Bastard.
Cocaine. So where is there a virtual
I thought so.
tour? Virtual museum online.
That one.
Step inside for the 360 panorama tour. Where do we want to go?
Why do you say that?
No, we're just gonna come back for he's gonna be fucking blindfolded.
Yeah.
He's just tired of seeing this shit.
This is what makes it more funny is that we're starting off that I'm blindfolded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the way I have it pulled it up right now, I definitely can't see.
Man.
Start in the main gallery.
Thanks. I gotta go to the fucking main map, fam. Are we going to East Campus or West Campus?
East Campus.
Great. Can't fucking wait.
If I remember correctly, that should be the
Okay, we're gonna be coming in. You know what road we come in on?
Boeing Field Road, something like that.
East Maragonal way south.
Oh, right. Yeah, east. Okay. And this might have updated just a little bit. So the one aircraft I know is new. And I don't remember where that one's at because I haven't seen it in person.
Sorry, I gotta find a good map. You know where the tower is? The main lobby. Okay.
Yep.
We're at the main lobby.
Cool.
Okay.
I know exactly where you're at now.
Okay.
Because you can see the gift shop a little bit, right?
The theater is on the left.
Yep. Okay. I know exactly where we're at.
God damn it. That's fucking weird. This is important, though. All right.
Yep.
Count us in.
Okay, I gotta fix this for a
So you know, there's no actual simulation. So I was literally scrolling through this
Oh.
and talking you through where we were walking to see if you just remembered where the fucking planes were.
Oh,
Which-
yeah. Was I doing a pretty good job?
Yeah, actually.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So that's why. Oh. Oh. That's funny. Because I know when we go across the street, it'll be able to you should be able to go inside some aircraft.
Yeah.
Well, that explains why we aren't like pointing out security flaws.
Yeah. But I think we can go back and let's just walk through. Be like, with everything hanging from the ceiling and everything on the ground, cameras are not always the best viable option.
True. Okay. Well, we'll just make a mention of it when we start because then we can go finish with that way, and then we can go into World War I and World War II.
Yes.
the shit's tight on my eyes. Like I don't know if I like kept my eyes open as I was doing it, but it like I was struggling there. Okay, I'm ready. I don't know if Tim's ready.
I'm good. Hey, Elizabeth.
She was here?
Yeah,
Oh,
she tipped
fuck.
away. Because she's grabbing her boxes. The other box is down in my. I was going to give it to you when we went
lunch. Yeah, you did. Like, I thought that is hilarious. Do you feel like, because you haven't like looked at any of this stuff, do you think you could like walk through and see what I'm exactly talking about, Devin?
Okay, don't be blindfolded. You don't have to be blindfolded anymore.
Okay.
Let's just talk about if we were to do security for this facility.
Okay, and
What
then
would we
we
do?
should slowly transition to the school.
Yes.
Because we're, what, I'm guessing pushing almost an hour already. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll slowly transition into the school.
Well, we can just kind of talk about that and then transition.
Yeah.
Or talk about how can we have people come to visit this during, if they were to open it during this pandemic.
Yep.
Type of thing. And then we'll transition to things that we see at the school and then.
Okay. Say that you're coming in really quiet.
Oh, and so you know, this one was going to be, we're going to thank StreamYard, and I'm not actually recording yet. Did you go get it? Oh, okay.
Did
Okay.
it freak you?
Yeah.
Did it freak you out to see me blindfolded?
Did you see he was blindfolded? He was. He was walking us through the Museum of Flight in Seattle. And now we're going to talk about security issues.
My eyes hurt.
You know what sucks? Drawing graphs in 3D. That's painful.
All right, we got to do homework on that.
Yep.
Fuck us. Right. Okay. That was next week, Wednesday.
Next week, Wednesday.
We're going to try and stick with the Wednesday schedule if that works for you. Okay. Yeah, we'll try and keep it Wednesday until.
Yeah, we'll
things
keep it
change.
Wednesday until we start adding more shit, and then we might have to add more days. You know how it goes.
And or just school shit happening.
But yeah,
Fridays are going to be kind of hit or miss.
Fridays are going to be kind of hit or miss. It might have to be yeah.
Good. Yep, you got to start it off since I'm starting fresh.
Okay.
Studios.
Good.
That was good.
No, we're keeping this. We're not doing this again.
Can you? I want to hear that actually. If you can play it loud enough that we can hear it through your mic or something, or the phone.
Preferably from the phone because I don't think I can hear it through StreamYard because I
Yeah.
don't have good hearing.
Do something else? Did we? No, we're gonna record our intro.
So
it's
you
gonna be really cool. We're gonna talk about how we're sitting in front of a brick wall in an alleyway because we're two dogs living on the street now.
Because we're in the studio now.
Yeah, we have a studio.
because
we
upgraded.
Yes, because we're coming to you live from the box, the cardboard box in the alley
The studio.
in the studio. That's our studio now.
And the techie's inside the studio right now trying to get us set up to do this intro.
Yeah, are we doing the intro, Techie?
We're already recording.
Wait,
Hey,
what? Hey,
Hey, that's not. We
No,
can't do that again.
Hey.
He pulled that shit on me one too many times.
Oh no, I'm saving this.
This is our new
That's
intro?
This is our new intro
wait. So this is our new intro that does what?
that lets everybody know about the Two Dogs Howling Under One Moon podcast from the Two Dogs Howling Under One Moon Studios.
So I'm Brutus.
And I'm Cleetus, and you're
And I'm the techie.
And you're the techie.
okay.
Oh, he caught the. Oh, that's just us echoing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn it! I thought he was got the laugh at the end. All right, I suppose we need to pull up my laptop to do the anchor read because we got no. We at least have to have that, but then we can be goofy about it.
Well, I can actually just pull it up on my phone.
Okay.
And I'll make sure I'm not in.
Because that one I think we do have to record in Anchor. We might have to do that one ourselves later.
Okay, we might be doing that one ourselves. Yeah, I think that has to be direct.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
Which, with our current setup, could we do that with two mics?
Yeah.
Okay.
That might echo. StreamYard helps alleviate the echo.
Okay. Well, I thought with the mixer we had that.
It's still a matter of my voice projecting into your mic.
Okay. Well, we'll just sit back further then maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I was going to say is I don't think with Anchor you can drop an audio file in. You have to
do it from for the
Mm.
sponsors at least.
Yeah, which we could just take that mic, that little mic I got too, and do it on the phone.
Yeah, let's do that.
Did we want to do one for TA Minor?
Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll do one for StreamYard too.
Okay.
All right. This is an ad read. Thank you for choosing TA Minor and Associates.
Associates.
We are unable to come to the phone right now, so please leave your name, number, and a brief message.
I'm going to let you lead it off and I'll just feed off of you.
Okay.
Because it's your business. I'll let you figure out what you want to say.
Yep. The corporate sponsor for this podcast is TA Minor and Associates.
TA Minor Associates is, what do they do?
Well, you see, they are a independent security consulting company that specializes in physical security and management.
So all the things I like to do.
Yes.
Who should contact them?
I think anybody that works for any place that has a customers, or if you really any commercial lot, really.
Do they specialize in anything?
Well, they have specialists in multiple fields like logistics and transportation,
So supply chain.
supply chain. Yes,
Do they have any other specialties?
they do in large gathering spaces like arenas or casinos or other event spaces.
Even though in the current state of things, there's not a whole lot going on. Should they be fixing their security right now?
Right now would actually be a great time for those people to get their security up to snuff, because with all the changing things in the world after COVID-19, TA Minor and Associates can help get your security to where it needs to be.
Is security evolving? Are you?
Call TA Minor and Associates or email us at taminorandassociates.org. Contact at TA Minor. We're gonna have to fucking do this. I fucking fuck this up. I fuck.
You know what the sad part is? Normally it's me, not, and this was him, and it's his stuff, and I was just trying to feed it to him.
I didn't like some of the other stuff in
Yeah.
there either. So
And you were kind of quiet too, trying to be all sexy.
sexy, but I was trying to whisper sweet nothings into their ears. All right.
That's fair.
All right. Tell us, count us in. Our corporate sponsor for this episode is TA Minor and Associates.
What do they do?
They're physical security and management specialists.
So all the things I like to do.
Yeah, and they specialize in dealing with fun and interesting topics like supply chain, like logistical hubs, so ports and that type of stuff, as well as they go into other things like event security or large gathering spaces.
How do we get a hold of them?
Well, you can contact them at contact@taminor.org, or you can tweet at them at TA_minor, or find them on LinkedIn as well.
I might have to tweet at them. Also, do you think the time with this current state of things, they should be doing the things to fix security in large venues and supply chain security?
Well, I think they, especially considering security and safety, are so important. I feel like it's important for them to be on the top end, because just because they don't have people coming to their facilities does not mean that they're secure.
Is there anything else we should know about TA Minor and Associates?
TA Minor and Associates wants everyone to remember that security is evolving.
Are you?
That one was. I don't know. I feel like I have to come up with a script or something.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Here, actually, let me just go to the website.
So this means we're doing take 3 of this, and I'll admit I kind of fucked it up a little bit, but I was able to pull it out. No, I know it was fucking awkward. I should have.
Okay. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, he's ready for take 3.
Hey, Brutus, you know what this episode's sponsored by?
No, who's our corporate sponsor for this episode?
TA Minor and Associates.
What do they do?
They are the physical security design and management specialists.
What else do they do?
Well, they're an independent fee-based consultant that doesn't sell you security systems, guards, equipment, or integration systems. They just make sure that everything's designed just right for you.
Do they have areas of specialization?
They do. They have people on their team that are specialized in logistical hubs like airports or marinas.
Like people are boxes again?
Yeah, people are boxes again.
I love boxes.
Okay.
What other areas are they?
They also do something great and fun.
What?
What's something that everyone likes to do as a guilty pleasure?
Casinos?
Yes.
What else?
Other entertainment venues, because everyone likes going to concerts and sporting events and large other gatherings.
And with the current state of things, should people be updating their security?
Well, I mean, they should be upgrading their security and safety, because, you always got to make sure, because security is evolving.
Are you? How do we get a hold of TA Minor and Associates?
You can. God damn it. That was so fucking good.
You fucked that one up.
Okay, fine. This one.
Maybe we should do these things before we.
Okay. All right, let's do this. Fix it now, okay?
So that was.
I'm blaming this one on Devin.
This one was Devin. So either this time we get it, or it's a group effort.
I think just don't touch your mic. Stop.
Was I over projecting? Well,
No. We want to do the contact thing.
we're gonna do so. Cut us off after we finish saying the contact thing because that's what we want to let.
Yep.
And then supply chain security.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying it like that so that when I say supply chain, a lot of people don't know what the fuck that means.
Well, it actually does.
Hey, Devin, ask Jesse what supply chain is. Well, shit, I was trying to...
You got to stop telling her things so we can have a neutral third party.
Elizabeth, come here.
She's a smart kid. She's gonna know.
I don't know. If I were to say supply chain, what comes to your mind?
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
So-
What type of economics? So
Okay.
she's thinking numbers.
What if I said logistical hubs?
I don't know what that is.
See, at least supply chain is in the right category.
Technically,
It's the
Same
it
thing.
is. No, it's technically it is. But from her, what she's
if I say supply chain security, what does that make you think of?
Economics and security.
a little bit.
Okay, whatever. We'll figure this out.
Okay.
No, but we're gonna do it.
The pressure's on. We have an audience member now.
Coming to you live from a live studio audience.
Oh shit! I moved my mic.
I
I'm
moved my
sorry.
mic closer to you and I started yelling.
We're gonna have to get him earplugs. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Soon, because I'm fucking hungry.
Yeah, we're starving and we still got shit to do.
Actually, go onto your phone while we're waiting, Elizabeth. You can call T Road and get us in a spot in the line.
Yeah.
No, and I need my phone.
Just call them.
No, you just need to call them and put your name down.
They don't have accounts there. Trust us.
Go, do it.
We've eaten there enough to know they don't have accounts.
They do now, but just do it, please. Yes,
Yeah,
or you can do it
after our
online too.
And after our conversation with Ron, we understand why that was probably what we were begging for is a bad thing. So, okay.
All right. Funny thing is, we still have to do a StreamYard one after this.
Go for it.